Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08 and welcome to the 10th episode of my Rails of Industry Minecraft series. In today's episode, I hope to complete a rail line to what will become my hub base, and then I also hope to explore some of the meteorites that I have found around the world. So let's get started. The first thing I need to do is I actually need to make some powered rail, or some powered rails, so that I can make some of this track, and I can't think of what it's called, but anyways, the booster track. So I need to make the advanced rails. I called them powered rails, but advanced rails. They are made with redstone and gold, so let's get started on that. Let's grab 3 stacks of gold and 3 stacks of redstone, and let's come over here to the powered rolling machine and let's set up that recipe. And I don't remember if the redstone went on the right or the left. Okay, that is correct. So what I've done in between episodes is, instead of hooking up the flux transformer directly to my energy cell over there, I have it hooked up to this energy cell right here, which is operated with a lever, as in it will not output power to the flux transformer without this lever being on. And what that does is it prevents the powered rolling machine right here from drawing power. If you haven't played with Railcraft in the past, some of the machines will draw power all of the time. It's a very low level, but they will draw power all of the time, even when they're not running. And so that was becoming a problem because it was draining my energy cell over here. And so by having this system, anytime I actually want to use the rolling machine, all I have to do is flip this lever, and it should turn on, and it should go along its way and make a bunch of rails that I need. So let's see if that's going to craft up and send the advanced rail over to this chest. Yes, it is. So while that's going on, I also need to make some redstone blocks, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the booster track along with actually, I'm not going to use that. I think I'm going to do redstone torches instead, because redstone blocks are rather expensive, and the thing is, I don't have like a lot of redstone. So let's go with redstone torches. It does cost me a lot less redstone. So there we have a bunch of redstone torches, and let's get rid of the rest. You know what? Let's make another almost stack of these, because I know I'm gonna need quite a few of these guys. So let's do that. And there we go. So I do have a tunnel carved out for where I'm gonna put my track. I don't know if I've shown this on camera yet, but let's see. My hub base is going to be up here. So I have a tunnel that runs something like down. It runs over and then it runs up. And it actually comes out right here in this little square. If we zoom in right here, there's the square where it actually comes out. So the tunnel just runs south from that square and then runs over. And it connects up with my mine shaft over here. So let's show where the tunnel comes out. It is right here. So this tunnel, if you look up at my journey maps in the top right corner of the screen, you can kind of see the pathway of the tunnel. It goes west and then it goes north. So that is the tunnel I'm going to be using for my little track to get over there. So I have most of the stuff I need. Let's make a minecart real fast, and I'm just going to use a regular standard old minecart for my travel here. So that is the recipe for that. I do need to make a bunch of track, so let's grab, oh my goodness, another eclipse. It seems like every time I film in the recent past, I just get a bunch of eclipses. So anyways, let's go back and make some of these wooden rail beds, and let's go ahead and make another stack. That's probably going to be super overkill, but I'd rather have too many than not enough. So there we go. Let's get rid of this redstone. I don't need it right now anyways. Let's make some more track. I have some standard rails over here, and then I have some standard rails over here. Don't quite have... I would like to have just about one more stack, but I don't, because if I did, I could just do something. I could just put a stack of standard rails everywhere. But regardless, I have a lot of rails, or a lot of track here. So let's get rid of, you know what, what's the booster track? Let's not get rid of quite everything. Let's hold on to the half stack over here. Let's get rid of the standard rails. And let's see how many of these powered rails we have. So actually this thing is moving along quite nicely. I shouldn't need too many. Let's grab 3. And that's probably going to be more than I need, to be honest. Oh, I need redstone. I need 32 redstone over here. Because the recipe is this. I don't know why I spaced on the redstone there, but there we go. That's going to be more than enough booster track, so I'm not going to worry about this right here. So let's drop down and let's start. Actually, there's one more thing I might like to do. There's some end tracks that Railcraft has, and it is... Okay, so this right here. So I just need to make some of these buffer stop kits. Let's see if I can't do that. The track parts are rather easy to make, it looks like. So I might have iron nuggets somewhere around here. I do not. So let's put away a few of these things real fast. A few of these tracks. And then let's grab an iron ingot. And then I already forgot the recipe. So I need wood. I have these track parts and 2 iron ingots. And I do have a little piece of wood there. Shoot, I didn't make the track parts. Okay, so I wonder if this isn't a... Okay, so that's still not... Let's take a look at the recipe again if I can find it. Okay, so it's iron nuggets. Okay, that should be working. I don't know why it's not. Let me try to use this, and I can't use that. Haha, joke's on me. So let's try to move this around a little bit. Okay, let's try just using a different recipe altogether. So there's a steel recipe, so let's grab some steel. Let's make these into steel nuggets. And that's still not working. So, okay, so what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to go off camera and troubleshoot this a little bit. Because this really should be working. Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm wondering. This is a metal rolling recipe. That's what my problem is. I've done this in the past. And I just thought about that as I was about to... Okay, so let's... Actually, you know what? Let's just have this finish up. And then let's grab 2 iron nuggets. And let's try this again. With, you know, the machine that actually needs. The thing that keeps fooling me is that it looks like a standard crafting table. And I'm apparently not very observant on looking at this right here where it says metal rolling. So, okay, there we have our track parts. I should be able to do this recipe right here. And then... There we go. So I do want to use this on the ends of the track. So let's grab... You know what? I can grab a few more. And let's get started on this line. So thankfully I figured that out. So let's get rid of this right here. And I do want to do the buffer stop at the end. And... Okay, so I think it might be easier to put in this buffer stop. Oh, shoot. If I place some track, that way it can correctly orient itself. And actually, I think if I... And that didn't work either. Not like I wanted anyways. So let's try this again. There we go. That is how I want that to be faced. So there we go. Actually, right here, I would like to put a button. with a little booster track. And let's see. Okay, so actually I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little pattern. Actually, I only want one. I'm trying to think about the best way to do this. And let me grab a button. And actually I need 2 buttons. So I should have some stone. Let's get rid of this real fast. And let's make 2 buttons. And then let's grab this back real fast, because what I can do is I can make this into a buffer stop. And that doesn't help my inventory situation at all. You know, let's just come over here and just get rid of one of these stacks. There we go. Now I have enough space. So what I'm going to do at either end of the line is I'm going to have a button right here. And when I hit that, it should light up and let me travel rather quickly and easily away. So let's reorder our inventory here. So what I'm going to do is I need to actually... Okay, so whoa. I wonder if my server didn't crash. Because it's crashed once before, and I'm not really sure why it crashed before. But it started right back up. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to restart my server, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm not really sure why it crashed, but it started right back up, and nothing seems to be amiss or anything. So let's continue. I picked up my minecart because I actually want to build the track all the way down to the end, and then I'm going to test out if it will work like I want. So what I'm going to do is, in every other torch gap I have here, I'm going to place a redstone torch, so on and so forth. And beside each torch, I am going to place 3 powered rails, like that. And okay, so this is going to be quite a process here for me to actually lay all this track. So like I said, I'm going to continue this pattern, and I'm going to do most of this off camera, I think, because it's just kind of a boring repeating process. And once I get down to or close to the end, I will be right back. So finally, I have run most of the track from my old base to what will become my hub base. And right now I have gotten to the incline. So what I'm going to do for the incline is actually I'm just going to have just completely powered rails up the incline. That way I know that I can actually make it to the top. And I also have lots of redstone torches here so that we don't lose the redstone torch signal. So let's just run that up here, and then we can run a few regular tracks with one booster track, and then we can go ahead and put our last iron buffer stop. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is let's put down this button right here, and let's test this bad boy out. So I want to make sure that this actually works. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so let's see how long it actually takes to get back over to my main base. So I'm not pushing anything. This is just completely the powered rails taking me along their way. So I do have a timer going because I would definitely like to see how long this will take. In the past, I've used transporters, and that works fairly well. But this is Rails of Industry. Why not use rails to get to places? So there's not much to see in this tunnel, to be honest. And we have another issue. So I think I figured out what was causing my server to crash, and I think it was my recipe right here in my sequential fabricator. I think what was happening is that it was trying to craft while it didn't actually have the amount of creosote oil that it needed, and for whatever reason that was causing a crash. I really hope that's what it was. I know I saw some ticking tile entities that was causing an exception from CO Cold of the Full Hub, so COFH, and Railcraft recipe was mentioned. So this is the only thing I can think of that was causing the issue. As right now, I am smelting up some coal into coal coke, and that is making creosote oil, which would make this occasionally need to make another recipe. So what I did was I just blanked out that recipe for the time being so that that wouldn't try to make anything more. So hopefully that'll solve the issue. The tunnel does work though. The minecart made it back. When I logged back in, the minecart actually went along its merry way, and I had to run after it. But it did make its way back. So the tunnel does seem to work, so that's fantastic news. One more thing I will need to do, and I'm not going to do this right now, but I will need to chunk load all of the area here. And actually, yeah, I'll do that later. But I will need to chunk load that because in the future I might use this other pathway over here on the other side of the tunnel to actually move some items between this base and what will be my hub base. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean out my inventory just a little bit, and let's actually just throw most of this stuff in here and this in here, and then we can trash the rest of this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to explore some meteorites because I would really like to dive into applied energistics pretty soon. Right now I just have a bunch of chests all over my base that are full of just random items at this point. I haven't done a super good job of keeping everything organized, so hopefully I will be able to get all of the plates that I need pretty quickly from applied energistics. That way I can make a nice applied energistics system pretty soon. Also, I feel like I have some neat ways I can integrate rails into an applied energistics system. It's not really obvious, but hopefully I can figure something out. So we only found 2 presses. Thankfully, they are different presses. And I know there are other meteorites around, so let's take a look at the journey maps and let's do the overworld. So if I go to the northwest, there's another meteorite up there. So, and then there's another one over here as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run on over to this, actually, you know what, I'm going to use my minecart to get over there. And once I am over there, I will be right back. So here is the 3rd meteorite, and on my minecart ride over here, I was actually able to claim the chunks that I need to chunk load at some point in the future. So that's nice. Let's dig down here and let's see what we can find. Having this flux spore actually makes this really, really easy. So actually, I just got really lucky. I hardly ever get this lucky, but now I have all 4 presses and I don't have any duplicates. So I think that's gonna just about wrap up this episode. So in today's episode, I spent most of the time working on some rail stuff so that I can make this rail line connecting my hub base with my main base. And then here at the end, I also carved out 3 meteorites, and I found the 4 different presses for the mod applied energistics, so that maybe next episode or in the next upcoming episodes, I will be able to make a nice applied energistics system over here. So that's going to be nice. So anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely give it a like. If you enjoy watching automation type stuff in modern Minecraft, that's usually what I do. So definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.